Hey, it's Red Beach here. I'm doing a video for Young Guitar. They've asked me to show some of my guitars here at my home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A lot of my guitars are in storage with Whitesnake, unfortunately, but I've got about half of them here, so I can show you some of them. The first one that I want to show is this beat up black Stratocaster that I asked John Suhr to build me. He said, "What do you want?" I said, "I want a beat up black Stratocaster for all that old Deep Purple stuff, and I want a black headstock so that it just looks old and beat up." And of course he did that himself somehow, but it certainly is beat up. It's the only guitar I have with Seymour Duncans. All my other guitars have EMGs. This one I needed, like the Seymour Duncans, to play Burn with Whitesnake for that kind of, Ritchie Blackmore, a little bit closer to that sound. That it's like a Jeff Beck Seymour Duncan in there. But this guitar's a little harder to play, and I've been meaning to talk to John Suhr about that. Like, why is this one kind of harder? I don't know, but it looks really cool, so I always use it for a couple songs. It definitely sounds great too. Okay, so the next guitar I have is a perfect replica of the original Pensa Suhr that I bought in 1986. When I was doing no, it's not this one, sorry. It looks very, very similar. It's this one. It's a solid piece of Koa. And I fell in love with the guitar when I saw it at Rudy's Music Stop on 48th Street. And Rudy Pensa, of course, John Suhr was working for him. And I went there every day to play the guitar that was exactly like this one. It now hangs in Kip's studio. I gave it to him because of all that he's done for me, and also I knew it would be safe in his studio. This is the replica. It's EMGs, of course. It's a solid piece of Koa, beautiful guitar. Sounds really good. It's got like a bright sound. The Koa is kind of bright sounding, and I always loved the way that these guitars looked, and this is the current Red Beach model that you can get from Suhr. I use this all the time. Okay, and then we did an experiment for Dokken. I wanted something different. When I joined Dokken, it was like 97, 98, I guess. And John Suhr said, well, I got, the beautiful maple tops. And I said, God, I saw that. I saw David Bowie on the Glass Spiders tour he was playing for David Bowie. And he had a guitar that was just like this. And I said, what if you put a Red Beach model of the Voyager? What if you put that mirror on here? And John was reluctant to do it. And he still hates it to this day because it covers up this gorgeous flame top and kind of just gets in the way. And I know what he means. I like it though. I like having the mirror because you can fire it around when you're in an arena and there's a spotlight on you. You can kind of use it as a laser. And so I like that. He did this weird pickup configuration thing where you can use like all three at the same time and stuff. I never use that. I just use the treble pickup, which is once this is down all the way, it's the treble pickup, and that's all I use on this guitar. So it didn't really pan out as a Red Beach model in 1998, but it's a gorgeous guitar and it sounds really good. And the thing is that it never goes out of tune. And that's why you see me with this guitar all the time with Winger, because you really only get one guitar to bring on the plane, and this thing just doesn't go out of tune. That's a big plus when you're playing live. So, okay, what else do I got here? Yeah, I've got that Modern that I picked up by mistake that looks almost exactly like the Red Beach model, but it's a Modern, so it's a bigger body. It's not as rounded off, and it's 24 frets, which I can't stand. I love this guitar. It sounds amazing, but I get lost whenever I play on it when I play up here, because I just never can get used to that 24 fret configuration. Of course, it's got the EMGs and the Floyd like most of my guitars, but it's that Modern body, so it's bigger, and it sounds, humongous. Very, very large and in charge, you know what I mean? So, love this guitar, except for I hate the 24 frets, so you don't see me playing it often. Does sound good, though, and it looks lovely. Okay, so now, this guy at Atomic Guitars, they do a lot of guitars for Joel Hoekstra, and I wanted a Les Paul. These guys said they'd make me a Les Paul out of Koa, which I thought was completely unique. never seen a Koa Les Paul. So they built me this one. It's absolutely gorgeous with the Floyd Rose. You know, they say it's sacrilegious to, you know, cut into a Les Paul to get, you know, the Floyd Rose on there. But this thing sounds humongous. It's my biggest sounding guitar. And I've been using it lately on like one side of like a rock song, and the other side I'll use my Sir model. But it's cool that it sounds amazing. The only problem is it's heavy. It weighs a ton. The Atomic guy, you know, called it a Rebel, which I don't like. It's not, I wouldn't call the guitar the Rebel, but he did, which was nice of him. And you know, loved this guitar, and it was such a great honor to have him build me such a beautiful guitar. And I do use it in the studio a lot. Okay, and we have one more here, and this was a gift from a clinic that I did. They had this hanging up on the wall. It was a little red Explorer, and it was only $250. And I was like, why is it only $250? It's so cool. And they liked my clinic so much, they said, well, just take it. So I took it, and I used it live with Winger in 1993 for one song, for Junkyard Dog. You can probably find videos of me playing this guitar, playing Junkyard Dog on this guitar. Just because it looks so cool. It reminds me of Sammy Hagar. When I would see him back in the day, I saw them open for Boston. It was like one of my first concerts, and he played a little red Explorer like this. So I always love the way that this thing looks. But the problem is that it sounds terrible because it's made of like balsa wood. It's like worst wood for a guitar ever. That's why it was $250. But I use it as kind of like a beater. I have it lying around. I can tune it real fast, tune it up to something, you know, if I have to show somebody something in a weird tuning. It's got the Kahler on there, which I don't like because it's, you know, wimpy. You don't want anything to feel wimpy on a guitar, or limp. But, you know, I like the way this one looks and just have it lying around all the time. So those are the only guitars that I have lying around my studio here. I wish I had more to show you. But I'm giving guitar lessons at officialredbeach@gmail.com. If you want to just see me in a setting just like this, and, you know, we can talk, I'll show you riffs. And Young Guitar is such a great guitar magazine. If you've never seen it, it's like this thick and beautiful pictures, and I've been associated with them for like 31 years. You know, it's the coolest magazine ever, and I hope to be over to Japan and see all the great fans over there real soon. So thanks for watching.